Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sana and today we'll be talking about cozy fantasy reads, which is something not really up on my radar. There is actually one book that actually piqued my interest. And so yeah, but otherwise this is usually not my genre that I would like to read. But if this is yours, then here's all the lists that could be interesting for you. And it's perfect time for spring, cause it's gonna come soon. So let's just get started. My first book is Agnes Albert's Mystical Cat Shelter by Hannah Fawcett. Agnes Albert leads a meticulous, organized life, and she likes it that way. As the proudly type A manager of a much-needed cat rescue charity, she has devoted her life to finding forever homes for lost cats. But after she is forced to move the cat shelter, Agnes learns that her new landlord is using her charity as a front for an internationally owned and fully disreputable magic shop, owned by the disorganized, not to mention self-absorbed, irritating, but also decidedly handsome, Havelock Renard, magician and failed Dark Lord. The shop draws magical clientele from around the world, partly due to the quality of Havelock's illicit goods as well as the curiosity about his shadowy past and rumors of his incredible powers. Agnes' charity offers the perfect cover for illegal magics. Agnes couldn't care less about the shop. Magical intrigue or not, they are cats to be rescued. But when an enemy from Havelock's past surfaces, the magic shop and more importantly the cat shelter are suddenly in jeopardy. To save the shelter, will Agnes have to set aside her social consciences and protect the man who once tried to bring about the apocalypse and is now trying to steal her heart? Oh my, they got everything going on. And my next one is The Swan Daughters by Roshini Skoshi. I'm sorry if I said it not wrong. To find a love is a curse. Prince Eris knows that marriage means murder thanks to a poorly worded wish to a sea witch. All one needs to rule the Isle of Males is the heart and hand of the kingdom's heir. Historically, this has been construed quite literally. Thus, Eris expects that the day after his marriage and murder he will wake up as a sedentary alongside the rest of his pursuers. His only chance at a lifelong is finding true and lasting love. When Eris' parents announce a tournament of brides to compete for his hand and heart, a slew of eligible, lovely, impossibly murderous bachelorettes make their way to Wrath Castle. Amidst glittering balls and also old caves, strolls through many journeys of daydream trees and pearl crocodiles, tea time a glass boat and kisses that leave his head spinning. Eris cannot tell who is here out of love for him or lust for power. This reminds me of the Selection series. My next book is Tea and Alchemy by Sherilyn Fisher. Cornwall, 1854. The people of Rush have always whispered about the recluse in the black granite tower that lives above the moorland, but one young woman is driven to discover the truth behind the old tales. Her life overshadowed by a family tragedy, Mina Penrose escapes her lonely days by working at the Magpie, a cozy tea room on the village edge. Lately she's been seeing shapes in the sodden leaves that hint at the future. After one such omen, Minda stumbles upon a murdered man on the heath. Villagers immediately suspect Harker Garrick, a living, breathing mystery who never ventures beyond the bounds of his centuries-old estate. I actually bought this book because it honestly sounds fascinating, but I wasn't aware it was cozy, so I guess it is. And it is The Elsewhere Express by Samantha Soto Yambao. When you lose your way in life, the Elsewhere Express just might find you. Step aboard a train that can take you to your life's purposes. You can buy a ticket for the Elsewhere Express, appearing only to those whose lives are adrift. And the magical train carrying very rare special cargo, a sense of purpose, peace, and belonging. Maria is one of those lost souls. She had dreamt of being a songwriter, but when her brother died, she gave up on her dream and started living his instead. One day on the subway, as her thoughts wander, she sped off to the Elsewhere Express. There she meets Kira, a charming, handsome artist who, like her, has lost his place in the world. Together they found a train full of wonders, from a boarding car that also a meadow to a dining car where passengers can picnic on lily pads, to a bar where jellyfish and whales swim through pink clouds. But they also discovered that the train harbors secrets and danger. A mysterious stranger has stowed away and brought with him a dark, melanite magic that threatens to destroy the train. My next book is The Charmed Library by Jennifer Moonman. What happens when you open your heart to the stories waiting to be written? Stella Parker is stuck back in her childhood bedroom in a small town she grew up in, stuck between playing it safe and making a change. Stuck in heartbreak as an assistant librarian, she is surrounded by her favorite words. But Stella has a way. I think they need a way. But Stella has a way she can see words, not just on the page but all around her. Words that shimmer and fit like living things, carrying emotions and whisper of untold stories. For years she's kept this gift hidden, scribbling fragments into notebooks unsure of their purpose. After a lifetime of seeing and hiding her words, Stella viewed her gift as a more curiosity, filling countless notebooks with words, poetry, and unfinished stories that seem to insist on being penned. However, Stella's wall is upended when she tosses a journal filled with love notes to her ex into the library's furnace. This impulsive act awakens a new kind of magic. Once a surge through her with undeniable urgency and purpose. Suddenly Stella begins to I don't know what they're trying to say here. Suddenly Stella begins to oh my gosh, why don't people check the summaries? Okay, I'm gonna ignore that part and then go to the question, could her gift help guide others to the stories they need most? Could these words hold the power to change lives, including her own? It's so weird. It literally says suddenly Stella begins to, understand? Be curious? What? Oh my gosh. Anyways, my next book is The Time Hop Coffee Shop by Fadla Patrick. Welcome to the Time Hop Coffee Shop, where wishes can come true. Greta Parks was once the shining star of the iconic Maple Gold coffee commercials, the quincentennial TV wife and mom. Now fame has faded, her marriage is on the rocks, her teenage daughter has become distant, and Greta's once glittering career feels like a distant memory. When Greta stumbles upon a mysterious coffee shop serving a magical brew, she wishes for the perfect life in those past Maple Gold commercials. Next thing she knows, Greta wakes in the idyllic make-believe town of Mapleville, where the sun always shines and the aroma of freshly brewed coffee and second chances fill the air. Given the opportunity to live the life she's dreamed, Greta is determined to rewrite her own script. But can life ever be like a coffee commercial? And what will happen when Greta has to choose between perfection and real life with no turning back? Next book is The Book Witch by Meg Shalford. Rainey March is a proud third-generation book witch sworn to defend works of fiction from all foes, real and imaginary. With a magical umbrella and feeling familiar, she jumps into and out of novels to fix malicious operations and rogue heroes. Book witches live by strict real people belong in the real world. Fictional characters belong in works of fiction. Okay, what? Book witches live by strict rule? Why not? Do not eat, drink, or sleep inside a fictional world. Let's you become part of the story. Falling in love with a fictional character? Don't even think about it. Which is why Rainey has been forbidden from seeing The Duke of Chicago, the dashing British detective who stars in her favorite mystery series. If she's ever caught with him again, she'll be expelled from her book coven and forced to give up the magical gifts that are as much part of her as her own name. Well, that really sucks. My next book is Day for a Spell by Amy Coombe. Princess Donatella of the Wooden Mod is disillusioned with life as a princess. She longs for real conversations, the chance to build a life of her own making, and uninterrupted reading time. During a routine royal visit to the town of Little Purple Ridge, Danny's dream becomes true and she finds herself cursed to remain in a random bookshop until she locks her heart's desire. Certain that someone will figure out how to break the curse eventually, and delighted by the prospect of an entire bookstore of her own, Tandy settles into life among the stacks. She finds it easy to exchange bottles and endless state dinners for teeming piles of books, and an irritating handsome pirate who seems bent on stealing her stock. She even starts to believe she stumbled into a very old happily ever after. There's just one minor problem. As Danny's royal duties go unfulfilled, her frantic parents start sending princes to rule her. Each one of them certain their kids will break the curse. After all, what more could a princess want but a prince? How about that one that reads? That's always nice. No? My next book is Thistle Marsh by Maria Corrigan. Welcome to Thistle Marsh, a ramshackle estate where an impoverished orphan and a beguiling fairy collide. In the wake of World War I, the world is decidedly a magical place for Mouse Dune. She once dreamed of becoming a fairy anthropologist, but with one telegram, her world shattered. At the Battle of the Somme, her cousin's body disappeared into the mud, and her brother was left with debilitating shell shock. It was time, she knew, to put aside childish dreams. When Moose receives news that her uncle has left her the fairy-blessed Thistle Marsh Hall, a dilapidated manor in the English countryside, she must leave her brother's side and return to her childhood home to claim her birthright. But there is a catch in her uncle's. But there is a catch in her uncle's house? Estate? Let's go with the state. If her mouse does not rehabilitate the crumbling house in 1 month's time, she will forfeit her inheritance and any hope of caring for her brother. It quickly becomes clear it's impossible to repair the manor in the allotted time, until a mysterious fairy appears through the proposition. He offers to restore Thistle Marsh for a price. Mouse knows better than to trust a fairy, especially one so insufferably handsome and arrogant, but she is out of options. There are dark and magical forces at work in the house, and Mouse must confront the ghosts of her past and the secrets of her heart, or lose Thistle Marsh and herself in the process. There's a lot of characters that are sufferable and handsome. What, can we change that? It's really getting old. Like, I don't know why we can't change that, you know? So, like, come on. But anyway, so after a few punctured, or not punctured, stimuli, so hello. We finished the cozy fantasy list, so these are the ones that could be interested to you guys. So let me know if you guys like to read cozy fantasy, and please like, comment, subscribe so you'll be notified every time I post, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye!